you'll have to take the green line that goes up Huntington, so you'll get to see how we make our transfer. And that puts you up right in front of the MFA.
Welcome to my neighborhood. Okay, these two rooms are the total space for paper stories, layered dreams. I want to let you know that I use paper, cut and torn paper to make my pictures. Oh. So they're not traditional paintings where it's all just brushwork. Wow. Okay. You might see an old letter in there, you might see a stamp in there, but it all makes up the picture. This is sort of my beginnings, and then I became an illustrator, so you'll see several books in the other room that I've done all the pictures for. I remember being 5 years old and somebody asked me that question that children always get asked, what are you going to be when you grow up? And I knew I was going to be an artist. But I didn't have any idea of what all that meant. I just knew it meant coloring and painting, cutting things up, and I love that. Why don't we start here, because this is my grandfather. I had started doing these altars to my ancestors. I wanted to do a large piece of my grandfather and honor sort of his sacrifice. He was in Arkansas. He worked in a lumber mill, and his family picked cotton. They were also deeply religious, and this large Bible is turned to a section called the Root of Jesse. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that, but how no matter how far down that root of the tree is chopped down, it will still grow new life. And I believe that, through the generations, we've grown new life, so that my granddaughter will never have to pick cotton, So all of that is made of torn papers. Some of it is fabric from an old shirt that I found. And then he used to always have a toothpick in his mouth, so you can see that there's actually, yeah. Okay. And then I use the shutters just to say I'm looking through a window through time.
That's his name, Jesse?
His name actually was Commodore Hendricks. This one is one of my favorites with my grandchildren. It's called Black is a Rainbow Color. And it's about a girl who says to her mother, "Mommy, we're not black, we're brown." And her mother has to explain to her all the different things that black means in the culture. The writer goes through all these different scenarios. Mm-hmm. And then she starts talking about history, about the Montgomery bus boycott and Thurgood Marshall, Billie Holiday and Nina Simone. Right. And she really tells the story using like artists, musicians, poets. Then at the end, little girl realizes that her family is made of blackness that comes in all shades. Yeah. So black is its own rainbow.
Today was one of the most exciting times in a long time for me. I really had a beautiful time. I met some lovely people.
Yes, we did.
My buddies. And I did the trolley car. I drove on the trolley, my favorite pastime. We went to the Museum of Fine Arts, and we also took a little art show with Rod, show us his little mind that he had on the street. They also gave us a gift, and it was wonderful. And I enjoy it, and I would advise all the seniors to please find somebody. The city of Boston is there waiting for you. Come on down and join us.
A strong.